Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. At the mere mention of a greeting, the very soft and cuddly kitty part 2, the sequel, has decided to scatter when the kitty was here having a little bit of fun. But nonetheless, this is the results video of the which of these silver eagles is fake. And we're going to look into this. Now, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch the video and to post your thoughts and participate in the poll. It really was eye-opening to see, the results of that, and also to get your insights as to why a particular which of these is considered fake and real by the different variations. Because sometimes in video it's a bit difficult to kind of see, but with this, when you look closer, you can certainly see the difference. And if you have a keen eye, you can see why one is real and why the other is fake. Quite interesting indeed, and fascinating to see, and what you can learn upon such measures as the certain defining marks. Now, in my mind, looking at these in person, even aside from everything, a lot of the details and stuff mentioned in the comments section of the previous video, to me, it's pretty obvious which one is fake, just based off of the quality and level of detail and the like between the two. But the fake is pretty good, but there's something doesn't quite match up in my mind as to why, as to the genuineness of it, and that would be this one right here. Just doesn't look right, the overall look. And then you look into the details of different features on there that are slightly off, and it becomes quite apparent when you look closer at the details. The way the shield is, for instance, it's quite obvious there. But there's other thing about the feathers that was mentioned, but another thing too is the mint mark. Look at the mint mark. In 2000, they didn't make a West Point proof. In fact, the only W mint mark was in a special set that came out, and that was with a brilliant uncirculated version. And then you can see there the different variations. Now, upon first glance on the obverse, it almost looks like the fake one is a bit more detailed, more pronounced in design, whereas in the one on the left here is a bit more kind of smooth and refined, so to speak. But if you were fooled by the design, which would be understandable to some, then the next thing is to kind of take a look at the coin itself. And really the best way to do that is outside of the capsules. So we're going to remove these from the capsules and take a look here and see if we can tell the difference by the size and by the overall look in this way. So when you look at these here together, you can see that the thickness is different, and the actual physical size, the fake one is slightly smaller in diameter than the genuine article here. So it's like it's 39 millimeters, and the genuine is 40.6 millimeters. And so you can see there that it's the difference there, and because it's thicker, more than likely it's going to weigh the same. In fact, I didn't even pull out the scale because you really don't need it when you look at it compared to see, and more than likely this thing may weigh out at 1 ounce, as well as this. But it's more than likely that's probably going to be the case. But just to be on the safe side, we will pull out the scale to get a more accurate reading to see what the weight will be on this here. So we're going to do it troy ounce, and let's tear this out. And I mean, it's not on a complete flat surface, but I think it's going to give us at least some indication. And there's the fake. or there's the real, I'm sorry, that's the real article. And you can see that it weighs an ounce. So now let's pull that off and take a look at the fake. See what it weighs. Oh, well, look at that. Even as such, it weighs less. So even though they made it a smaller diameter and thicker, to account for it, it still weighs less than an ounce, 0.93 troy ounces. So if the visual inspection of it for its size didn't make it apparent, well, there's always the scale test to weigh it, and that way you will have your answer there, because never would a U.S. coin be that off in weight. Now, another way to test for the precious metals content, because just because it's a fake coin and how its appearance, could it still be silver? The precious metal content, more than likely not for a piece such as this. So we are going to do the CCT coin slide test. That's right, folks. The CCT slides. I don't know if they're made with this nice high quality wood material anymore. I'm not sure if CCT does, but you can go to Mr. Vegeta's channel and get a nice version of this as well. But it's been a valuable tool to check and test for the precious metals, especially silver, because it uses neodymium magnets and the diamagnetic properties of silver to get it, so that a genuine silver coin will have a nice, gentle flow down the slide here. Because of its diamagnetic properties, it partially attracts the magnet, making the slide very distinct, so that you can see there. Maybe turn it a little bit this way so you can see a little bit better how that slide comes down there. Very, very nice. That's silver. So you can see how that reacts, and it gives quite a physical signature there with the slide. Whereas this particular coin, it'll have a slightly different reaction. That's right. This thing is made of my guess is it's iron or steel. This thing is stuck on there very strong. And typically that's not the case with these fake coins. Typically they're made of brass, silver-coated brass. And when they're made of silver-coated brass, they slide still different than silver, but close enough that even this test could fool the eye. But in this case, wow, that is stuck on there good, for sure. So that's a fake. There it is. Fake. All right. And if that test fooled you and you couldn't get a good result with it, because sometimes brass and copper or variants of it may fool the eye, then you could try the most detailed test with a precious metals verifier, which we have here. And when you run that, then you can select your metal here, and we're going to select silver at 3 nines fine. There we go. And start. And let's see what we have for that. Now, typically it'll pick up even through the capsule. And as you can see here, this did pick up through the capsule for the genuine, and you can see that it is definitely 3 nines fine silver there. Very nice. So now we're going to do the fake. Oop. It looks like it... let's try it again. Whoop. It was so bad it didn't even like it on there. Oh, there it is. So you can see it's way out of the range there. So there it is. So there's your results. Pretty clear. That's a fake silver dollar. And a silver eagle there, the fake is the one that the majority of you, 85% of you, chose. The 2000 proof is the fake. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude, y'all, for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.